7 next versions of footballers who weren't as good as the original. Number 7. The next David Beckham, David Bentley. While Bentley may have shared a similar look, the same first name as well as a couple of traits in terms of style of play, he fell planets behind the great man when it comes to hunger, and within a year, Becks relented on, turned in banger after banger for Real Madrid, and essentially forced his way back into the team at 32 years of age. The same age where Bentley was already 3 years retired. That fact alone tells a much better story than I ever could. Number 6. The next Thierry Henry, Theo Walcott. So Theo Walcott was signed by Arsenal in the January of Thierry Henry's penultimate season with the Gunners. And due to his pace and, well, that's pretty much it, he reminded people of a young Thierry Henry. However, unlike Henry, who managed to travel around, gain experience and develop his game, eventually becoming a striker, Theo not only seemed to get stuck on the wing, but more damagingly, stuck at a certain level. Number 5. The next Rio Ferdinand, Reece Oxford. As we in England like to do with young talent, Reece was overexposed from a very early age, being pretty much a full-time member of the senior team when he was in his mid-teens and shouldn't have had to deal with the crazy schedule / physical demands of mandem like 10 to 20 years older than him, suffering from muscle problems and a dodgy back from as early as his early 20s, and he hasn't played a full season in 3 years. Number 4. The next R9, Adriano. Adriano was no doubt a talent to look out for in his early years. The guy was a demon. But speaking of demons, just a mere few days after his Copa triumph, his father passed away. And you guessed it, he was never quite the same again. And the man who was once hailed as the next Ronaldo was pretty much done in Europe by 27. Number 3. The next Cristiano Ronaldo, just a bunch of them. Luis Nani, Zoran Tosic, Gonzalo Guedes, Wilfred Zaha, Francisco Trincao, Memphis Depay. All these boys were boldly but blindly bestowed the banal burden of being the rebirth of arguably the greatest footballer of all time. None have come close. Number 2. The next Lionel Messi, just a bunch of them. Bojan Krkic, Rio Miachi, Giovanni Dos Santos, Ika Munayin, Gelson Martins, Marco Marin, and just a whole bunch more. All these boys were boldly but blindly bestowed the banal burden of being the rebirth of arguably the greatest footballer of all time. None have come close. And number 1.